Hello everyone, what's up? We're number 15 here, and today, I said hello everyone with a little more emotion than usual. Anyway, so hello everyone, what's up? We're number 15 here. I know we already said that. Anyway, so today I'm gonna do a part 2 to my second video in my horror story series. If you don't remember this, about a month ago, I did Chuck E. Cheese horror story video. But this video is completely different. This has nothing to do with that. So this is a second video, but it's not a part 2 of that story. That story's over. This is something completely different. Okay, so I'm gonna also review this story in the end. See, and I've never actually read this before. I have a script here about it, and I found it on the internet, so it's taken from the perspective of a female. So this story, I just look them up on the internet and then I find them. So the script says. Alright, so here we go. So this story is taken from the perspective of a female. Yeah, I already said that. But anyway, so yeah, a long time ago, back when I was in school, I sat with my two friends, Courtney and Amber, at the lunch table. One day, I believe it was a boring Tuesday at school, and in lunch period, when this guy walked up to me and started talking to me. His name was Jacob. Courtney and Amber left the table to leave us alone, and Jacob seemed pretty nice. In fact, he was really calm, and he had a very nice laugh actually, and he always told me nice things, like complimented on my looks, and then he told me funny jokes that I understood and laughed at. At one point, he asked me for my phone number, and I gave it to him. Then lunch period ended, and we said our goodbyes and left. Later that day, I had pretty much completely forgotten about him, but when I was doing homework, I saw my phone suddenly buzzed in my pocket. I pulled it out and saw a text from an unknown number. It said hello. I asked, "Who is this?" And then there suddenly text back and said, "This is Jacob." At first I couldn't remember who it was, but then I remembered the lunch thing. They said, "Oh, hey Jacob." And so we started chatting about stuff. But then at one point he said he had to go and that he'd see me later, and I'd say okay. But then I turned off my lights and went to sleep. About at 1 a.m., I suddenly awoke to the sound of my phone buzzing. I groggily got up out of bed, went over to it, and it was apparently a call from Jacob. I answered it. Hello? I said in a low, obviously upset mood. It was pretty impolite, but I was so tired I honestly didn't care. It was a familiar voice. Now I know it was Jacob's voice, but at the time I was too tired to tell. And then Jacob said, "Hey babe, look outside the window." I stupidly walked over to the window, pulled back my blinds, and there was Jacob on the other side, clutching onto the window in one hand, with a big knife in the other hand. He had wide eyes and a big smile. I screamed so loud. I locked the window and shut the blinds. I ran into the bathroom and locked the door behind me. I curled up in the corner and I had my phone, so I called the police. I began to panic as I explained to the operator what happened, and she said that a police unit would be over in 10 or 15 minutes, and then she hung up. Just then I suddenly heard a crash coming from my bedroom, followed by a loud pair of footsteps marching towards the bathroom. Oh, great, I thought. The footsteps stopped in the middle of the door. They were right outside the bathroom. Then, for about 30 seconds, something happened. Then Jacob suddenly started to jiggle the doorknob. Oh, no. Please don't, I thought. I tried to stay calm, but at one point I lost it and screamed so loud. He then began to pound on the door, telling me to open up. I screamed at him that he was crazy, and I told him there's no way I was opening the door, and for him to just go away. Then he started to ram into the door with aggressive force, and I was scared he was actually going to knock the door down. Because even though we have a pretty strong bathroom door, if anyone tried, they could probably easily get it open. But eventually, it felt like 1,000,000 pounds were being lifted off my back when I heard the loud cry of sirens in the distance. I heard a very angry growl, followed by a deep breath from the other side of the door. Jacob ran the door a couple more times, but the sirens kept getting louder and louder. And eventually, he just gave up. Then I heard a pair of footsteps racing to an unknown location in the house. Then I heard what sounded like glass shattering. And then I thought Jacob was gone, but I stayed in the bathroom just in case. I must have fallen asleep. Eventually, when I woke up, I was still in the bathroom, but the door had been opened. So I went downstairs and saw both my mom and dad crying, and then one police officer comforting them and others searching the house. They asked me if I was okay, and I said yes. They asked me what happened, and I said someone that I knew busted in, and they attempted to attack me. They said okay, and that they'd be on the lookout for the guy after I gave them a description. This incident still scares me. I've never seen Jacob, not at school, not anywhere. But what still haunts me is how on earth did he get my address? How on earth did he do that? This story is still terrifying and always sticks in the back of my head. So thank you all for listening. And my moral of the story is to always pay attention to your surroundings. And so yeah, guys, that was the story. So my review, 10 out of 10. Awesome story, guys. Good work to the people who wrote that. Also, sorry about my voice. It's just, I'm, one of those people who's got a little stutter, and it's really irritating. I know if my narration wasn't very good, I might actually try to redo this and do better narration. But anyway, yeah, so point being, I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Yes, I'll see you guys next video. Goodbye.